Hello, how you guys doing, man? Hope you're doing good. We are going to be hopping in for a reading. Wait, no. We're going to start with the astrology portion. If you don't want to see the astrology portion and just go straight to the tarot portion, it's going to be in the comments section below, timestamped. But that said, right next to me are the charts and the transits, and we are going to go ahead and hop in for today. So, the main message before we even get into any of the transits, the main thing coming through for me today, it has to do with the way you're showing up in the world and how your wounding and your past trauma is impacting the way you're showing up in the world. And showing up in the world can be anything from relationships to career to just the way you are carrying yourself when you're at the grocery store. It's going to look all kinds of different ways, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at a few things. So, Moon opposing Saturn. We have Lilith trining Chiron. And we also have Chiron trining the Sun and Venus. I really like trine energy. We've had a lot of trine energy because it's like we are in so many different retrogrades right now. And Mercury retrograde is coming up. We're already in the shadow period. There is a lot going on astrologically, and it's if you're not familiar with doing shadow work, this is the time for you to get comfortable with that, because it's like these retrograde periods, as I've been pretty much reiterating for the past 3 or 4 readings since we've been doing this, it's that slowdown period, right? Now, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this is just that it's a very similar pattern that we're going to be seeing here up until, Venus doesn't even come out of retrograde until September, right? And the fact that we do have Chiron trining Venus, and we do still have that square between Venus and Jupiter and Venus and Uranus, I feel like right now it's just like Spirit is really asking you to take a look at your relationships. This is reevaluating your relationships, reevaluating the ways in which your trauma holds you back from resolving issues, investing in certain relationships, closing out old cycles, getting you to look at why you hold on to particular cycles, but more so why you're holding on to particular people, right? And so right now you may really find yourself in this space with Sun opposing Saturn, right? There's this back and forth between your karmic nature and your emotions. Saturn is in retrograde. That's the period of, like, how do I put this? It's like, It's kind of like that final review energy when you're let's say, like, you're in class, you're taking a class or something, and you have the final exam that's worth, like, what, 20 to 30% of your grade or whatever. This is that energy here where you're really looking at how you've done so far, and you're reviewing all of the things that you've learned up until this point. We just came out of the Lionsgate portal that just closed out a few days ago. And so you're kind of in this energy where you're like, okay, let me take stock of where I am emotionally, and let me make sure that I'm not taking action from a space of being wounded or hurt, making sure you're not projecting onto other people, making sure you're really in this solid space. Even though there are the retrogrades and this energy is heavy, I have a lot of respect for retrograde energy, because this is the energy that really lets you acknowledge everything that you've accomplished so far in the emotional space, right? Yes, for sure, in the physical space, but right now I feel like there's a heavy focus on the emotions, on the internal world, on the mental space, on the emotional space, right? Venus in retrograde, that's really focusing on that internal love. How are you loving yourself right now? How is that self-love reflecting outwards of you? Do you feel like you loving on yourself is causing conflict in certain relationships? And if so, this is the time to reevaluate those relationships. This doesn't even have to be romantic. This could be family, friends, coworkers, even just mutuals on social media. Like, this can be as big or small as it is to you, and that's going to be subjective and different for everybody, but it's really just taking accountability for how you're showing up and holding people accountable for how they are showing up for you. But it's also learning to compromise, and it's understanding that everybody is going through this energy right now. Nobody is exempt. Everybody's closing out karmic cycles. Everybody is reviewing things from the past in their relationships. This could be walking away from long-standing partnerships, right? This Venus retrograde is like breakup energy, and it's not always breakup to makeup energy. Sometimes it's just you learn the lessons you need to learn in that relationship, and then you let it go. And with these cycles we're going through, it's like, especially with Mercury retrograde coming up, you may find that with Venus retrograde coming to an end and Mercury retrograde, I guess, already being in retrograde during that time, you're going to start to see new relationships come in with old cycles to close out. And we've talked about that a lot, where it's like you're really looking at these new relationships and not bringing your old trauma into those relationships. And that's why I feel like there's a lot of stagnancy in love and romance right now. And it's one of those things where you may be entering new connections. Just because we're in retrograde energy doesn't mean that new things don't come into your life. It's just recognizing that it's like, it's going to be a little bit of a slower process, right? This is the time to really evaluate these new relationships and looking at them without rose-colored glasses. This is accepting people as they are, not choosing people for their potential, but choosing people because you love them for who they are and you want to choose them because it feels right to you. This is that authentic energy you're moving in, where you're really looking at how you're choosing to. It's like being really choosy about who and what you allow in your life and holding yourself accountable to that. I'm going to leave that there. We're going to hop right into the tarot portion. If you want to book a personal reading, subscribe to my Patreon or listen to my music. All of that is in the description. I will never contact you for a reading in any way, shape, or form. The only way to book a reading with me is to send me a message on Instagram or send me an email. Just keep in mind that like turnaround time is anywhere from about a week to 2 weeks. That's not to say it will take that long to get it out to you, but I just like to give it a little bit of leeway because I just do have a lot of other things that I do have to take care of. So if you do want to book a personal reading, just keep in mind that it will take a little bit of time for me to get that out to you. But that said, let's hop right into it. Give thanks to God, my guides, angels, and ancestors for any messages that want to come through today. We are using the Ethereal Visions Luna Edition Tarot, and I hope you've been good. I hope you guys are feeling good. I hope your days are going well. We already got a couple cards out. We have the Devil starting out. Bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Pentacles, and we have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, somebody here, I do not feel like this is you. It could be you. I feel like this is actually everybody. I feel like everybody involved in this situation is having some major ending. It's like, I feel like somebody that you've been dealing with has gone through some sort of karmic cycle, right, with the Devil and the 10 of Swords. I feel like this is somebody who may have chosen to invest, or this just may be a long-standing relationship that your person may have been in. I feel like this is something that, it's something where I feel like they made a choice to try to work on things with this person. This could be you trying to work things out with somebody. Take it as it resonates. For like, these are general, so like don't force them, you know, if they don't fit. But this is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a situation where there's again a major karmic cycle coming to an end, and I feel like this is somebody choosing to no longer work on a relationship. I do not feel like this is you. I really just feel like this is somebody that you're dealing with. And they are now really choosing to move away from some sort of toxic dynamic. This doesn't always have to be romantic. This could be somebody deciding to detach themselves from a group of friends. These could be people that were actually really just trying to get in the way of a relationship. This is what was coming through in the short video today. This is somebody here who is now recognizing that there were a lot of people around them that were trying to cause conflict, right? There are a lot of people in this relationship that were trying to cause conflict, and I think this person is now seeing that, right? We have the Devil, and then we also have the 3 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and the 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. 3 of Pentacles and 8 of Cups. These just feel like friendships, but they could also be business related. It doesn't necessarily have to be like at work. this could just be like people that you know on social media. This could be mutuals. This could be, I bring that up a lot because it's like a lot of how we live our lives is online these days. And while we do have these situations at work, I feel like a lot of people also experience this in the virtual space. And that's why I feel like this comes through a lot in these readings. And I feel like this is somebody who's walking away from that. Okay, this is somebody who is seeing, it's like seeing the toxic dynamics of a particular group of people, or just a particular friend group, or just a particular friend in general, choosing to walk away from that. But if they're not completely walking away, this is somebody just setting boundaries, right? Let's clarify, what's the Eight of Cups and Three of Pentacles? Bottom of the deck, the the Knight of Wands. I'm like mixing up all my cards and numbers today. All right, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Two of Wands, we have the Seven of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Yeah, so this is, if this isn't a single person with the Knight of Wands, this is somebody who like really tried to, they really tried to drive a wedge in between you and somebody else, and I feel like this person sees that now. And with the Knight of Wands, I feel like this person kind of, it's like somebody's in this energy where they want to just rush in and explain everything. I feel like this is somebody who just wants to be like, hey, the reason why this conflict even happened in the first place was because there was a lot of people that were trying to get involved. You know, I feel like these are people that benefited off of your person being in a self-destructive energy. I feel like these are people that benefit off of this person being in this Knight of Wands energy, acting in a certain way. Maybe these are like people that, I'm not gonna like shame it, but I feel like these are people that are condoning somebody to be a player, saying like, oh, you know, like you have all these options here, like Seven of Wands, like you don't gotta make a decision about this. You know, there's no way to, like, just kind of like, it's almost like telling somebody to like treat somebody a particular way, not realizing that that was going to cause a lot of heartbreak, but for them and for you, I'm sure. But I feel like this is why this person here with the Hermit and the Star at the bottom of the deck and the Two of Swords, right, and the Ace of Swords and the Magician, I feel like this is somebody, we'll show you the cards, the Magician, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, the Star, and the Hermit. This is somebody who's really taken this time to isolate themselves to get to the bottom of a situation. I feel like this is somebody that's really looking at the truth of what has happened, taking stock of everything that has happened over the course of this connection, looking at the people that they were involved with, looking at the people that you were involved with, comparing and contrasting their old relationships to this relationship, comparing and contrasting if they've had other options, how these people acted opposed to how you are acting. I feel like they're now seeing a stark difference. They're seeing that it's like you're not like those other people. You're not acting a particular way. Maybe you've just been very graceful. You've shown a lot of patience. You're not somebody who is sitting here trying to cause issues or trying to cause conflict. I feel like these could have been people that were trying to paint you out to be a certain way, to try to show your person that this person is actually very, like Page of Cups, Queen of Wands. This is somebody who's actually a player, somebody who's maybe a little bit unstable, somebody who's very emotionally manipulative. I don't feel like you're doing those things. I feel like these are people who, or even if it's not people trying to like promote this to your person, this is them just maybe viewing you in this way because of what they've experienced. Or this could also be them projecting a lot of different things onto you based on what they've experienced in past relationships, right? But with the Emperor here at the bottom of the deck and the Eight of Swords and the High Priestess, I feel like this is you seeing through all of that. I feel like you've really seen through all of the confusion in a situation that people may have tried to cause. I feel like there were a lot of different people that were trying to, it's just like this energy where I feel like people were very jealous, trying to get involved. I mean, you see this happen in like so many different areas of life and love and relationships, in the career space, in different industries. This is a very common theme because it's part of the human experience, where it's like it stems from jealousy, it stems from insecurity, it stems from a lack mindset. It stems from a fear-based mentality. And I feel like this is the space where a lot of people get trapped, right? And I feel like because with the Emperor, the Eight of Swords, and the High Priestess, these are like, this just really feels like somebody that just, it's like they feel like without this person's energy, they don't necessarily feel whole. It's like somebody who, they're scared of losing access to your person, or this person is afraid of losing access to you. And I feel like it's like, this is also what I'm seeing. This person kind of sees you in this space of like kind of focusing on yourself and holding back. And I feel like that's because you kind of use your intuition and you recognize that you don't need to keep yourself stuck or trapped in a particular situation because it doesn't even phase you. It's one of those things where I feel like it doesn't even touch you because you've kind of elevated past that kind of behavior. Also, I feel like you've probably gone through this before, and because you've gone through this before, you're able to see past a lot of the illusions that may be coming up in this kind of situation, right? Can I clarify this Eight of Swords, High Priestess, and the Emperor, please? Sorry, I dropped my cards. So we have the Empress, and we have the Ace of Wands. And Temperance at the bottom of the deck. I feel like somebody actually really wants to bring this back into balance. I'm going to be honest. I feel like it's somebody here who it's like, because you're holding back or because you're focusing more on yourself, this person is now seeing you in a different way. And I feel like this could also be this person holding back. This to me looks like somebody that's freeing themselves from a group of people. And it doesn't always necessarily mean that they're blocking and ghosting a bunch of people. They could be. They could very well be ghosting a bunch of people because they're like, I need to focus on myself. This is somebody who I feel like they just want the truth. I feel like this is somebody who has been lied to and manipulated, all just so this group of people, this family member or this friend could have some sort of control. I feel like this is somebody who gets off on tearing other people down. This is somebody who gets off on causing conflict in other people's lives because their own life is lacking some sort of stability or direction. And because that lack of direction exists, I feel like this is somebody who really just wants to bring people down to their level. And once they see people around them elevating, they take it upon themselves to try to drag this person back into that space because they don't want to be left behind. And it's like, on one hand, you have to have compassion for stuff like that because, I mean, understanding where that comes from and what that's rooted in. I mean, it's deeply rooted in the cultural values of whatever society you grow up in, right? This is something where a lot of people are raised this way. This is generational values and stuff. This is stuff that's passed down from generations to generations, and it's continuing to be perpetuated. And from the family dynamic, it goes into a friend group, and from the friend group, it goes into an industry, right? It's all connected. And I feel like because either you or this person are separating yourselves from that, this is what is allowing this balance to come back into balance. This is really allowing something to grow. I'm like seeing like a garden. I'm getting a vision of like a garden, and I don't know if I should get into it. I don't know if you know anything about farming or sustainable farming. If you know anything about sustainable farming, you know anything about polycrop farming. Polycrop farming is essentially when you have a particular item that you grow in your garden, and then you have other things that you grow with those items, and they actually help each other sustain the garden, and it keeps certain pests away, and it prevents certain types of disease, as opposed to monocrop farming where you just have like a huge corn crop or a huge wheat crop, and that in itself is prone to a lot of issues. I feel like this relationship is a polycrop farm. It's really weird the way it's coming through, but I feel like you and this person, we do have the Emperor and we do have the Empress. Okay, we do have counterparts on the table twin flames, soulmates, if you want to get into that whole thing, we can go there. I have my own opinions on it. I'll let you form your own. But aside from the point, I feel like you and this person are now realizing how much you actually do complement each other. This is something where I feel like these people are also seeing the change in you and this person. All right, remember this, it doesn't always have to be about somebody you're dealing with. This could very well be people around you that are now seeing how they're having less access to you because you're either focusing more on yourself or you're investing into another person. And when you kind of prioritize the things you're investing in, you stop giving so much to the things that were keeping you stuck. And I feel like this is you and your person mirroring each other right now. No longer investing in particular relationships or projects, or just like not even just like groups. It's just like a separation is happening here, where it's like there's, by you two getting closer, you're now revealing a lot of things about each other on the individual level and in your individual lives. And with the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Judgment, the World, and the Hierophant, right? We have Hierophant, the World, Judgment, and the Three of Wands. I feel like because of this, like, I just feel like these people are receiving their own set of karma, right? As we all do. We are all on our own karmic cycles. But I feel like it's like you're closing out a karmic cycle with a particular person, but it doesn't necessarily feel like you're ending the relationship. I feel like a period of struggle and conflict in the relationship is coming to a close. And I feel like that's because there's boundaries being set with particular people and groups, again, like we just covered. And I feel like right now, there's this, I mean, the World, Hierophant, and Three of Wands, it's a beautiful energy. This is somebody making a decision to really, truly invest in something. Whether or not that looks like being committed or getting married or buying a home or moving in together or just choosing to invest in the relationship, it's going to be different for every single person involved. But I feel like that hasn't been communicated yet. I feel like this is really internal right now with the Hermit. This is something where I feel like you're both reflecting on this and you're kind of mirroring each other right now. This is what I'm seeing, two people that are like, it's like you're on similar paths. You both want the same thing, but you're just taking different roads to get there because you're both different people, right? Even if you are counterparts, you're both different people and you both have to go through different things in order for something to actually come into balance, right? And so it's one of those things where you may kind of cross paths and it's just kind of like a, what do you call that? The shape of DNA, there's a name for it. I can't remember the name of it. Double helix, right? It's like a double helix where I feel like you guys are slowly but surely still connected, but twisting and turning and reconnecting and disconnecting and coming back and learning things, and it's the building blocks of this relationship. And I just don't feel like it's been communicated, right? I keep pulling from the bottom of the deck, by the way, if you're wondering. I just have it sitting here, so that's sometimes how I do my readings, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we have the King of Swords, we have the Six of Cups, and then we have the Tower with the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands. So that's really great. Four of Wands is great energy. Three of Cups is great energy. The Tower could be good energy. Six of Cups and the King of Swords. Yeah. I feel like somebody, man, with this Tower energy, this is somebody, something from the past is falling apart. Okay? And I feel like it's happening for good reason. I'm seeing this a couple different ways. One way I'm seeing this is there is a group of friends, or these could be people that live together. This could be people that, it just feels like a friend group, right? Six of Cups, Three of Cups, Four of Wands. These could be like roommates. This could just be people that live in the same city, or just maybe people in the same community. And I feel like there's a lot of things coming to light about that community. And I don't feel like it's so big as the last reading where it's like major secrets are coming out. I feel like this is just somebody like really getting real with themselves. I feel like this is somebody who has grown so much as an individual that they're no longer resonating with these people anymore. And that's just natural. That is a natural part of spiritual growth. You know, as you continue to elevate on your path, you're going to fall out of resonance with a lot of different things in your life: career paths, hobbies, people, relationships, jobs, your own self-limiting beliefs, right? And I feel like with these towers coming in, with all of these realizations, right? The Tower, the King of Swords, this is major realization about some sort of manipulation, man. I keep feeling like there's just a really toxic group of friends that were trying to manipulate a situation because of their own jealous reasons, because of their own insecure reasons, and I just feel like your person is now seeing through all of that. You know, and this is something that I've been seeing coming out not only in my readings but in other readings as well. I keep seeing this message across the board. You know, I don't go into this with any plan to read a particular thing. It just comes out this way. So let's just go ahead and let's clarify this tower here. What's this tower? Okay, I don't normally take reversals in this deck, but we got one, so I'm going to take it. So bottom of the deck we have Hanged Man. We have the Well. We have the Moon reversed. I guess I'll take that. And then we have the Artist reversed, as well as the Queen of Cups reversed. So this is related to the Tower. We're clarifying the Tower. Yeah, I feel like somebody is kind of just reiterating the message here. Somebody is really seeing the truth about something. With this Queen of Cups reverse, can you tell me who's this Queen of Cups reverse? Death, bottom of the deck. We have a lot of cards here. We have the Page of Pentacles. Oops. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Justice, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, friends and family, most likely. I feel like this is a friend or a family member that is trying to hold on to your person. And I feel like, again, this Tower moment is coming in because of the Death card. Something's coming to light, and I feel like something's coming to an end, and I feel like this has to do with somebody or some group of people that, again, your person is involved with, and I feel like it's because these people I feel like they were just straight lying on you or your person. I feel like they wanted to keep them stuck in some sort of cycle, right? I feel like these people relied on your person. It could have been financially. This person could have been providing some sort of stability or service, and I feel like it was just really unbalanced, right? Knight of Swords and Justice. I just feel like there were a lot of lies, dude. A lot of lies that are coming to light. And yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where with the Well, I feel like this person is now seeing how there has been a lot of missed potential. I feel like this is somebody who's kind of regretting the fact that they didn't see this before, because I feel like they've known these people for a long time with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. That's like people that you have history with. This is like lifelong friends. This is like family members, cousins. Like, these are people that, like, I feel like this person really thought was solid. Like, they thought they were gonna hold it down. Like, these were like the day ones, like, type of energy where, like, and I feel like something came to an end with this. There was some kind of big event, and it may have been a culmination of small events that just led to this really big realization here. This could also be you just now seeing all of this. I feel like you're going to start slowly but surely getting snippets and pieces of information about this situation. Let's get some final advice here for you. We have Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck we have the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. I would say to not let the disappointments of the past stop you from making an investment. I feel like somebody here really does want to try this again. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like this is kind of like something coming back around to be done differently. But I do feel like it's like somebody's just really regretting how things turned out, man. I feel like, somebody really feels like they missed an opportunity here in this situation. Somebody's really regretting the fact that, like, I know this isn't an advice session, but it feels like it's still coming out as this person saying, I really wanted, now seeing how badly they actually really do want this, only because they're now seeing, after a period of self-reflection, right, Six of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, after understanding that all of this conflict is what caused this to end in the first place. If it did fully end, I don't know if you're fully away from this person, it doesn't feel like it, but I just feel like, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, man, I feel like it's coming back around is what I'm trying to say. We have the Ace of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Page of Wands, bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords, and then Death, right? As well as the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Okay, I feel like this is going to be able to be balanced out. There's an opportunity here, but it's going to be one of those things where you're going to have to really use your intuition. I would really recommend, you know, taking things slow, making sure that things have actually changed. Don't be afraid to ask the right questions, right? Page of Wands, ask the right questions about what this person wants, what you want. Make sure you're not foregoing your own needs here, and make sure that this is going to be something that isn't going to repeat. I feel like both of you want this. I'm going to be honest. I feel like both of you want this here. Two of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Nine of Swords, and the Lovers. Okay? I feel like you both really want to do this again. I don't feel like either of you want this to end. I just feel like you want to do this differently, and I feel like this is a mutual feeling between you two. Because, again, there's just realizations about how things have gone, who has gotten involved, why conflicts happen, and just all of the types of things that come with a relationship like this, especially when it's like a counterpart type of situation. There a lot of the times will be things and obstacles and that try to get in the way, and it's up to you both to see past that and heal through these cycles and release certain people and things in order for a relationship to come back into balance. But the opportunity is there. It's up to you. This is free will is a thing, whether or not you want this person back. I feel like there is another opportunity here to work through the issues, right? It's going to, I mean, you're going to have to face your fears. You're going to have some very real conversations about, you know, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, about why things happened the way they did, why there was the imbalance with the sun really shedding light. But I feel like this is something that you both want. Okay, Nine of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Nine of Cups. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity, Nine of Pentacles, to really build something solid here. So I'm just going to leave it there. That's a really beautiful way to end it. It's totally up to you, man. But it looks like the opportunity to start again is here. So I love you. I hope it resonated. And yeah, if you want to book a personal, subscribe to Patreon or listen to music, all that's in the description. But I'm going to leave it there. I love you. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.